Okay, so you know that feeling, right? Like you think, hey, maybe I should go for a run.
Yeah, totally.
And then almost like instantly, it's like every reason not to pops in your head.
Oh, yeah.
It's too cold, or I'm too tired, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. It's like
Yeah.
that motivation, it's gone, just like that.
Yeah, and what's so fascinating is in these sources, this time period, it's like this magic window.
Right.
And it's only about 5 seconds long between when you have that first thought
Wow.
and then when your brain starts to say, hey, maybe not.
It's like that moment, when you're standing at the edge of a pool and you want to jump in.
Yeah, I get that.
You're like, okay, this will be great, but then you just hesitate.
Right.
And the longer you wait, the colder it seems.
Yeah, and the more reasons you come up with to not jump.
Yeah, it's such a good analogy.
And that's where, this idea of the 5-second shift comes in.
Okay, so the 5-second shift, walk me through that a little bit.
Okay, so let's say you get that urge to do something, something positive, something that's going to help you. What they say is you count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just go.
You just do it.
You just do it, yeah.
It seems almost too easy. Like what?
Yeah.
Just count down and I can trick my brain.
Well, it's simple on the surface, but the sources, they really get into why this might work. Like when you count backward, it kind of messes with those thought patterns that lead to fear or procrastination or doubt.
So it's like a reset button.
It is. It is like a mental reset.
So it's not just some random sequence.
No, not at all.
The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 actually makes a difference in our brain.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So they say it helps you engage your prefrontal cortex.
Okay.
So that's the part of your brain that helps you focus and make decisions.
Okay.
So when you're counting, you're not just on autopilot anymore.
Right.
You're shifting into a more intentional way of acting. You're being deliberate.
I'm liking this way more than just thinking it's some random trick.
I know, right?
There's actually something to this.
There is.
And speaking of this being more than just a trick, I know Tony Robbins, he has that quote.
Oh, yeah.
The only impossible journey is the one you never begin.
That's so good.
And it really seems like this 5-second shift is all about just beginning.
Yeah, taking that first step.
Whether it's a big step or a small step.
Yeah, because so often we get stuck just thinking about the whole journey.
Right.
But it's that first step that's the hardest.
Right.
Once you get going, it's way easier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, pushing a car that's stuck.
Okay.
That first push is the hardest, but once you get it rolling, it's much easier to keep it going.
Totally. And there's this example in one of the sources, this guy, Jake.
Yeah.
And he really wanted to start running.
Oh, I can relate to that.
He did everything right, bought the shoe, downloaded all the apps,
Got the gear.
watched training videos, but then the alarm would go off. And what did he do? Hit snooze.
Every time.
So relatable. So, how does this 5-second shift come in here?
Well, what they say is he started just counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then he would just stand up.
Okay. That's it. So not even running yet.
No, just standing up.
Okay.
But that was the first step.
That's so interesting.
And I think the point they're making is, small wins, they build up.
Right.
So it wasn't about him suddenly running a marathon. It was just about not hitting snooze.
Yeah.
And just taking that tiny first step.
And I think that's a really good point, for anyone listening.
Yeah.
It's don't focus on making these huge changes.
Right.
Just make small changes
Yeah.
consistently over time.
Think about it like saving money.
Okay.
If you put a little bit aside regularly, eventually it becomes a lot.
Yeah, little by little.
Exactly.
Now, I do think some people might be listening and thinking, okay, the 5-second shift, maybe it'll help me start. But what about the fear? I'm still going to be scared, right?
Yeah.
Even after I count down.
Well, that's what's so interesting. It's not that taking action gets rid of the fear.
Right.
It's that action helps you cut through the fear.
So, face the fear.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
They use this analogy, and I love this. It's imagine a dog that's barking.
Okay.
If you walk towards it really slowly and hesitantly, it's probably just going to bark more.
Right.
But if you just walk past it quickly, it often stops.
Wow. So hesitating just makes the fear worse.
It can, yeah.
That's kind of a mind blow, we sit there, we wait, and we worry.
Yeah, we give it time to build up.
Right.
And it just gets bigger and scarier.
And this 5-second shift helps us not do that.
Exactly. It's don't let the fear take over.
Right.
Just act before it paralyzes you.
You know what? This actually ties in with the next thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Because this whole idea of confidence,
Yeah.
we're not born with confidence. Right?
Yeah.
It's something we build.
Right, like a muscle.
Exactly. And in the source, they have this confidence loop.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Okay, so it starts with you taking action.
Okay.
Then that leads to success,
Okay.
which obviously that builds confidence.
Are
Or, maybe you don't succeed, but you learn something.
Right.
And that builds your self-trust.
Right, because you've shown yourself you can handle things.
Exactly.
Even if they don't go perfectly.
And then that self-trust leads to more confidence.
It's like this upward spiral.
It is.
Confidence leads to action, leads to more confidence.
They even say it's like climbing a ladder.
Yeah, I like that.
Each time you do something, even if it's a little scary,
You're going up another rung.
you're building your confidence.
Exactly.
And speaking of scary, there's this example in one of the sources, this woman, Maria,
Okay.
and she really wanted to speak up in meetings,
Oh, yeah.
but she was so scared of saying the wrong thing.
Right.
But she started using this 5-second shift.
Okay.
And even if her voice was a little shaky at first, and maybe what she said wasn't perfect,
Sure.
just the act of speaking up made her more confident.
It's so true.
That's so cool.
It's about doing it, not waiting until it's perfect.
And it reminds me of learning to ride a bike.
Oh, yeah.
You don't wait until you're totally confident.
No, you just get on and go.
You might fall, you might wobble.
Yeah, but that's how you learn.
Exactly. That's how you get confident.
And that reminds me, the sources also talk about tiny wins.
Oh, yeah, the little things.
The little things, yeah. So it could be like saying no to something
Right.
or choosing a healthy snack.
Or even just making your bed.
That's a good one.
It's like those little things show your brain you are in control.
Yeah, you're capable.
And it's like you're shifting your inner voice
Right.
from I can't to look what I did.
That's a great way to put it.
So it's like this inner critic and the inner coach.
Yeah, that battle we all have.
The critic is like, you're gonna fail.
This is terrible.
And the coach is like, come on, you got this.
You're amazing.
And they say that by using this 5-second shift,
Yeah.
you're quieting the critic.
Exactly. You're amplifying the coach.
So over time, your inner voice gets more positive.
That's the idea.
So like, how do we put this into practice?
Well, they have 5 things you can do every day.
Okay, let's hear them.
1, when your alarm goes off, don't hit snooze, just get up.
Okay.
2, speak your mind.
Hmm.
3, move your body, even if it's just a little bit.
Right.
4, put down your phone, stop the endless scrolling,
And 5.
do the hardest thing first.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah, that's how you build trust in yourself.
Exactly.
And belief and courage.
There's this powerful quote, you become what you practice.
Okay.
So if you practice bravery, you become brave.
Right.
If you practice discipline, you become disciplined.
And this 5-second shift, it helps us practice.
It's like the starting point.
Okay, so now I want to talk about something else.
Yeah.
Procrastination.
Oh.
We all do it, right?
Oh.
But the source makes a really good point.
Okay.
It's not a personality flaw. It's a habit.
That's a good way to think about it.
And a lot of times it's rooted in fear.
Yeah, fear of failure, fear of discomfort.
Right. And the solution.
Action.
Exactly.
Even small action.
And they have this concept, activation energy.
Oh, yeah, from science.
So like, think of pushing a big boulder up a hill.
Okay.
That first push
The hardest.
takes the most energy.
Right. But once it's moving,
Think easier, it
Let's-
keeps going.
in the 5-second shift, it's like that first push.
It gets you going.
And our brains, they love what's familiar.
Yeah, even if it's not good for us.
Like reaching for our phones when we should be working.
Or hitting snooze.
The good news is we can retrain our brains.
We can create new habits.
Right. And the 5-second shift can help.
It can interrupt those old patterns.
So like if you're about to procrastinate,
Yeah, you feel it coming on.
count down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And then do something different. Even something small.
Like opening a document instead of Instagram,
Exactly. It's about micro habits.
leading to macro change.
Yes. And they say start really small.
Okay.
Like read 1 page of a book or make 1 healthy food choice.
Or meditate for a minute.
Just a minute. That's all it takes to start.
It's about winning in that moment.
You don't have to be perfect.
Just make the better choice.
And then do it again tomorrow.
And these little choices, they have a ripple effect.
Yeah.
It changes how you see yourself.
Right.
You start thinking, I'm the kind of person who does hard things.
You build a new identity.
And that leads to new habits, a new life.
Pretty amazing.
And there's this example in one of the sources, this writer, Darren,
Okay.
he wanted to write a book, but he was scared.
Yeah, I get that.
But he started using the 5-second shift,
Okay.
and he committed to writing just 10 minutes every day.
10 minutes, that's all.
And eventually, he finished his book.
Wow.
It's not about motivation, it's about momentum.
Just keep going.
And they even talk about using the 5-second shift for your morning routine.
Yeah, that's important.
Like, get out of bed right away.
The snooze button.
Journal instead of scrolling on your phone.
Yeah.
Put on your workout clothes.
Even if you don't feel like exercising.
That first hour sets the tone for the whole day.
Oh, so true.
So it seems like the message here is don't wait for perfection.
Yeah.
Don't wait for the perfect moment.
Just start.
Use the 5-second shift to overcome that hesitation.
And take action.
Even if it's uncomfortable.
It's about taking control.
Of your time, your energy, your life.
And it's a simple tool, but it's powerful.
I love this line. You're not stuck. You're just one decision away from a different direction.
That's so true.
So listener, think about one thing you've been avoiding.
Something you know you should do.
Now, take a deep breath
Let's do this together.
and say it with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Take that first step.
That's how change begins.
Your future self will thank you.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.